Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be changing up Eloise's look to mark the start of Generation 6. Check out the link in the description for the full rules of the Whimsy Legacy Expanded Challenge, but today we're going to be going over the rules for Generation 6. Generation 6 is titled Happily Ever After. Love always, always finds a way. As a child, you'd always had a crush on the neighbour kid next door. You were each other's first friend, first confidant, as you grew into teenhood, the two of you tested the waters and started to date. It just made sense, didn't it? The two of you together just made sense. From first friends to first loves, this was going to be a forever thing from the start. Sure, it was rare, but it was happening for the two of you. Storybook, right? That is, until your partner's family decided to pack up and move across the country. It's news that neither of you take particularly well. In tears, you ultimately decide that moving on from each other would be the best. Willow Creek is only so big, and they'll be so far away. Perhaps it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe not every story has a happy ending. Despite handling heartbreak, you were still extremely academic and had been preparing for university since the moment you entered high school. So, you work on your studies. Homework comes before everything else, and if not that, you can be found with your nose in a book. You sometimes feel the ache of missing your first love, but you focus on school to dull the pain. You have dates here and there with new sims, but nothing ever compares to your past love. You apply to Brightchester University with straight A's and a dream to become a Supreme Court judge. You just know you can make a positive change in the world. As if there were any doubts, you're accepted. And on your first day on campus, to your great surprise, you see the person you've dreamt about every night for the past 3 years. Your friend, your confidant, and your love. You instantly reconnect, and just as quickly, your love story unfolds all over again. This time though, there is nothing to separate you. After graduation, you have a beautiful wedding and stay together until you're old and wrinkly. The aspiration for this gen is the soulmate aspiration, and at the moment Eloise is actually still a teen, and I kind of want her to complete her teen aspiration first, so we'll do that and then swap over to the soulmate aspiration as required. Her traits are bookworm and romantic, and the inherited trait is overachiever, which I might actually swap out for one of her other traits, which are delightful and smart, before she ages up, as the overachiever trait is probably pretty accurate right now. And her bonus traits and lifestyles are fertile and indoorsy. Let's go through the events for this generation. So the first event we have technically already done, and that is storybook romance. After making a best friend in childhood, start dating them as a teen. Get at least 1 gold score on a date with them. Consider using the First Love mod by Little Miss Sam to make your heir confess to a crush as a child and have an official first love. And this one we've also technically already done, which is pages torn from a book. After a week on normal lifespan, break up with your partner. Start a fight if you have to. Choosing to split up is never easy, is it? You can choose to end it as positively or as negatively as possible, but the two are not allowed to speak or see one another again. If you see them on lots, avoid them. So if you want to catch up on their storyline so far, Eloise met Brooks, who was the boy next door. As a kid, they got on, they were first loves. And then as a teen, Eloise found out that Brooks was going to be moving away, so they decided they would separate for a while. So they're technically kind of on a break, you might say. So we ended things very amicably, and it's kind of like a will they won't they get back together kind of situation. And that leads us to the final event, which is reunited at last. In university, reunite with your childhood friend or first love. You may opt to manually move your partner into the same dorm, make them a roommate, or move them into a rival school's dorm for added drama. You can move them into your household if necessary to put them into the same dorm. If you do, try not to control your partner's sim so they have as much free will as possible. Have fun with it. Draw it out if you want, play up the drama. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet, but I think I want to move him into the same dorm as her. I will have to play around to see how I'll make that work. Now let's go through the goals for this generation. As a child and teen, get all A's in school, Become best friends with another child during childhood. The best friend doesn't have to actually live next door. Confess to your crush or best friend and become first loves. And start dating your childhood best friend once the two are both teens, getting a gold score on a date with your partner. Break up after a week. This can be as messy or as mutual as you want for story purposes. You may date other Sims following the breakup, but nothing committed. As a young adult, leave for university to study history, where you will reunite with your childhood friend and first love in university. You may opt to manually move your partner into the same dorm or into a rival school's dorm for added drama. Rekindle your relationship with your first love, graduate and move into a home with your partner in Tartosa, and have the most wholesome wedding that any Sim has ever seen. Have twins. Twice. Give your twins names themed by storybook characters. Complete the law career in the judge track. Master the logic and research and debate and charisma skills, and complete the soulmate aspiration. And here's a look at all of Eloise's finished outfits. I tried to style her a bit preppy, but also just very cool. I kind of wanted her to give off Elle from Legally Blonde vibes. As well, if you couldn't tell, I've gone for a pink and love heart theme, using some stuff from the new Love Struck pack, which is super fun. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and also which gen has been your favourite so far. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!